This week's Race of the Week is an excellent race for all of the top 5 positions in this week's Lightweight Club 100A final at one of the best circuits in the UK, GUIG. Enjoy.
And he is going to pull off to the left-hand side, so we're good for the restart again here. Right, take 2. Mike Philippou is your number 20 pole sitter. Away we go then for a second attempt at this start. It's a stronger start from the pole side this time. Ed Bars is going to come through and muscle his way on the inside past Owen Jenman. It is not going to be as good a start for the driver of the 166, but he's still in the fight as they come up through Spoon for the first time. Is everyone going to stay on the grey stuff? It looks like they are. It's still Philippou in the lead of this one as they stream through the top of the hill.
One of them on the grass. I think it might have been Owen Jenman, possibly.
Yeah, there's a cone that's been knocked into next week, I'm sorry to report.
I really guess there's going to be a cone warning there,
there
possibly.
might be a cone warning as they come through.
Miles Whiteman's had a good start. Justin Draper's got involved as well. They seem to look very good on the run down to Carousel there. And Whiteman up to third place now. Oh, he's had a penalty, though.
He has for a bump and pass, so however he got up into that position, race control weren't too impressed as they come round to finish lap number 1 of this 10-minute A final. It is Mike Philippou, Ed Bars, Miles Reitman and Justin Draper, and then Owen Jenman in 5th place. Cone warning has been attributed to Christopher Powell-Taylor. So as they come through, Sam Lovelace there, I think, trying to put a move on Draper, but I think he let him back past. I think he was worried that he had done so via contact. So Sam Lovelace will keep his powder dry for now and try again later on. Much better start, of course, for those who were involved in the incident at the start. So Ashley White on the tail of Steph Theodoru in 7th, and then it's Dante Dillon and Christopher Powell-Taylor round out your top 10. What's crucial, though, for us as neutrals watching on, Philippou has not broken away here in the early stages. There is a real race on here at the front of the field.
Yeah, this is all very tight now, Philippou. Not breaking away like you would have hoped. And Ed Bars, of course, he looked very strong in his previous heat race. Now looking down the inside, he's going to get the line for the corner. Now, can he make it stick as they make their way to the top through the Spoon? And there he goes. So Ed Bars is your new race leader. Just looking a little bit further down, Sam Lovelace in 6th position. Not the best start for him, of course, but Dante Dillon, with that good fortune for him, you would say, with that full start, has now gone through into 9th position. Looking a little bit further down, I think I'm going to shout out here for Philip Babulal and Rihanna Percox, who are running well in the midfield after qualifying from the B final. They've started out very strongly, as has Rana Menon, who did get I think he did get a warning earlier, but he has gone through very well. And Ben Saunders, difficult start for him, of course, dropping down the top 20, but the race goes on as the leaders go over the line once again. And so here we go with just over 7 minutes remaining in this final. And Ed Bars, who looked in good form earlier on, is going to look to try and control this race at the front from Philippou. Reitman, of course, who has got that penalty as well. So that will be good news for Owen Jenman, Justin Draper, Sam Lovelace. And this race here, Howard, is still very finely poised. No one really breaking away.
No, absolutely not. After that bold move from Ed Bars, which in a way I was surprised that enough room was given by Philippou on the inside a couple of laps ago. But I just don't think he felt that Bars was that close, maybe on the back straight. But it's nice and close here at the front of the field here. There's just, there's 3 seconds separating the top 10 at the moment. That was how it was a lap ago, and I don't feel that's massively changed this time around. Steph Theodoru, I thought that was a move there just for 7th place coming through. Sam Lovelace putting pressure on Justin Draper. That's in the battle over 5th place. And challenge for 3rd place. Owen Jenman having to, or trying to get by on Miles Reitman, and he's got the job done there. That is Jenman up into 3rd place. And here is Sam Lovelace putting the pressure on Justin Draper. Draper taking a defensive line into the carousel. Stays as they were for now.
Just watching that group on the edge of the top 10, the likes of Dante Dillon, Ashley White, Christopher Powell-Taylor, they're all running a very good pace and just trying to tag on to this battle that we're looking at here with Miles Reitman, Owen Jenman, Justin Draper all in there, of course. Reitman losing that position, coming under pressure now from the number 32, Justin Draper, as they go over the line. Sam Lovelace keeping the fight on in 6th place, but that fight on the edge, look at the bottom of your screen there, you'll see, of course, Dillon with the name on the back of the overalls there with Theodoru and White. They're just trying to close up as another fight potentially for the lead there, and Philippou having a look as, it's getting close here though, Howard.
Lovelace, I think, can sense the opportunity. I think he knows that the 2 drivers ahead of him are Class 2 runners, and that doesn't mean anything in of itself, but he can feel the gap forming between the top 3. Actually, yes, the fact that Class 2 runners is irrelevant. The fact that a gap is forming between 3rd and 4th is relevant.
The road, isn't he? You can
He's
see what's
seeing
going
that,
on here.
and he knows he's got to get by on these drivers. He feels like he has the pace benefit, and he wants to get by. Reitman and Draper, by the way, they probably aren't thinking about it quite in these terms, but bear in mind, they're battling over the Class 2 win for this round. 3rd place in Class 2 at the moment is Lewis Marchant in 11th place, so a little bit further back in the order. Meanwhile, Owen Jenman has some good speed here on Mike Philippou. Is he thinking about going for the move? Because, again, he can sense that Ed Bars is just eking out a slight gap, and he's going to go for it through Spoon corners side by side. And that's the second time we've seen Jenman get a move done into that corner. It was a robust and decisive move, and he finds himself up into 2nd place.
Owen Jenman's having a nice little race here. He's just starting to pick up the pace here. We're going to check his lap time when he next comes round. I think he can sense that this could be a victory here for the taking. As you can see, Sam Lovelace just starting to put the pressure on Justin Draper. He's getting a bit tight out there.
It's Dante Dillon. So Draper's been passed, Chris, by Lovelace, and it's Theodoro and Dante Dillon who were doing battle. I think Dillon went for Draper, and then in that he compromised himself, and the 9 of Theodoro got ahead of Dillon.
And a contact warning there as well. So, all getting tight as Dante Dillon still there in 8th place. And again, another fastest lap here for Owen Jenman. So we've got just under 4 minutes left in this final. I think Owen Jenman feels that there could be a victory here for the taking. He's managed to pull away from Philippou, who looks strong, of course, from pole position before, as the number 9 here having a look there, Theodoro down the inside of Justin Draper, who's determined to hold on to that position. Dante Dillon keeping the pressure on the number 2 just behind there. And it's all getting very close in this very important top 10 battle here. Ed Bars is clearing away down the road, but Owen Jenman sticking with him. For everyone else, some rather fancied runners here in this fight in the top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. This one's going to be an interesting one in these last 3 minutes of this one. You're looking at the battle for 6th place then. Justin Draper absorbing so much pressure in this one. Up the road by almost a second is the Miles Reitman, in fact more than a second, sorry, is the Sam Lovelace and Miles Reitman battle. Here's your lead battle, and there's a change. Apologies, I think we missed that. That is Owen Jenman through on Ed Bars, and change for the lead here in as we enter sort of the end game phase. Mike Philippou as well now under intense pressure from Miles Reitman and Sam Lovelace. That has closed up to become a 3-kart battle over 3rd place. But the key news of this lap is certainly the change for the lead. Owen Jenman to the head of the field, ahead of Ed Bars.
I think that may have happened just out of shot at the very top, at the edge of Spoon. He made that little trick nipping down the inside again. Now, of course, the risk is here. It's almost like a game of poker, I think. Sometimes you may have just shown your hand here. Now, if Ed Bars can just look at the lines that Jenman's using here and try and fight, but very aggressive into the corner there from Jenman, and might just allow Bars back into this one. But the thing is, now he's taken the lead, of course. Ed Bars can see Jenman's lines here and try and stage a fight back. So sometimes you can run the risk of making the move a little bit too early, and Ed Bars certainly not giving this one up and taking the fight back to Jenman here.
Yeah, further back, by the way, just an update. Jack O'Neill, I cogitated on how far he would get up through the order. He's made it into the top 10. Got by an Ashley White last lap for 9th place. So he is salvaging something out of this A final after a difficult day for him, at least through the heats. As we have less than 90 seconds on the clock, I would guess that it'll be this lap plus another. I have to say, Owen Jenman has some amazing pace at the moment. He's just eking out a little gap. That's 4.5 tenths. That's not much, but when you're at this level of karting, that can be enough just to hold someone back at arm's length.
And notably there, Ed Bars setting his own fastest lap of the race last time round, and he still can't quite close up with Owen Jenman. So I think Jenman doing very well here. And a couple of laps ago, it just seemed like he sensed there was a victory there for the taking, as Philippou just charging the others on here, just trying to work together here. But Ed Bars really pushing hard here to keep the pressure on Jenman. We've got, 47, so next time round I think will be the last lap, of course. And, well, Jenman looking very strong, but I don't think this one's over.
No, absolutely not. Here we go then. On to the last lap goes Owen Jenman. And the gap's out to half a second. I think today he just has the slight measure of Ed Bars. And we are talking very fine margins here, but he just has enough pace to show him a clean pair of heels. The main battle then is this one for third place that you could see coming in there. Unless Jenman makes a mistake, or Ed Bars has the racing lap of his life. Good point there, sorry, Chris. Jack O'Neill still on the charge in the latter stages here, up to 7th place now. Sam Lovelace here, challenging Miles Reitman. Is there a move on in the latter part of this last lap of the race? Into compression corner they'll go. He'll try and find a way through on the inside, but Reitman knows how to position his kart just to deter the move. Owen Jenman, though, is going to come through the last few corners. Here he comes. He has controlled this one beautifully. He will take the win in the A final for round 3 of the 2024 Club 100 Senior Sprints Championship in the lightweights category. Ed Bars finishes a very commendable 2nd place there, and Mike Philippou absorbs a lot of pressure there to finish 3rd and round out your podium for round number 3. Miles Reitman finishes 4th, but is your highest placed Class 2 finisher of the day and does well there. Sam Lovelace came into today leading the championship. Still some solid points there in 5th place. Justin Draper, your 2nd placed Class 2 runner in 6th. Jack O'Neill, what a drive he had up the A final there to get to 7th ahead of Steph Theodorou, Dan Seeger, Harrison Kirkham, and Lewis Marchant in 11th place overall there will round out your Class 2 podium.